Have you ever wondered why a simple plate of pasta can leave you feeling like you just drank a shot of espresso, only to crash into a food coma 30 minutes later? It's one of the most common yet misunderstood effects of something we all eat daily: carbohydrates. They're blamed for weight gain, mood swings, low energy, and even chronic disease. But what if I told you that carbs aren't your enemy? In fact, they're one of your body's favorite sources of fuel. The real problem isn't carbs themselves, it's not knowing which carbs to eat, when to eat them, and how they affect your body on a deeper level. So, buckle up, because in the next few minutes you'll get a complete breakdown of what carbohydrates actually are, how they interact with your brain and metabolism, and how you can use them strategically to boost your health, energy, and even fat loss. Carbohydrates are organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they come in three primary forms: sugars, starches, and fibers. Sugars are simple carbs like glucose and fructose found in candy, soda, and fruit. Starches are more complex. They're chains of sugar molecules found in foods like potatoes, rice, oats, and pasta. Fibers, on the other hand, are carbs your body can't digest, but they play a vital role in gut health, digestion, and blood sugar control. The moment you consume any type of carbohydrate, your body begins a process called digestion, where enzymes break down those carbs into glucose, which then enters your bloodstream. Glucose is your body's primary energy source, used by every cell in your body, but especially by your muscles and brain. Now here's where it gets really interesting. When glucose enters your bloodstream, your body responds by releasing insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas. Insulin acts like a key, unlocking your cells so glucose can enter and be used for energy. But when you eat large amounts of simple carbs, especially refined sugars or processed grains, your blood sugar spikes fast, and your body floods with insulin. This creates a roller coaster effect: first a burst of energy, then a crash. Over time, if you keep spiking your insulin levels, your cells can become insulin resistant, meaning glucose no longer enters your cells efficiently. That's when your body starts converting excess glucose into fat, particularly visceral fat, the dangerous kind that surrounds your organs and increases the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. Let's pause and visualize this. Think of your body like a fireplace. You can light it with paper and twigs. That's your sugary breakfast cereal or soda. It flares up quickly, but burns out fast, leaving you cold and hungry again. Now imagine feeding that fire with thick logs, slow burning, sustaining. That's what complex carbohydrates like brown rice, legumes, vegetables, and whole grains do for you. They keep your energy levels consistent, your hunger in check, and your mood stable. These foods also contain fiber, which slows down the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream, preventing those rapid spikes and crashes that make you feel exhausted or irritable throughout the day. Carbs also play an underrated but crucial role in brain function. Your brain uses glucose as its main fuel, and without it, your cognitive performance drops. Ever tried a zero-carb diet and felt brain fog, mood swings, or lack of focus? That's no coincidence. Studies show that insufficient carbohydrate intake can impair memory, attention, and even emotional regulation. But again, it's all about the quality of the carbs. A bowl of quinoa can sharpen your mind, while a donut can cloud it. But how do you choose the right carbs? This is where the glycemic index or GI and glycemic load or GL come in. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises your blood sugar levels. Foods like white bread, cornflakes, and sugary drinks have a high GI, meaning they cause a fast glucose spike. On the other hand, foods like lentils, barley, and apples have a low GI, so they raise blood sugar more gradually. But GI alone isn't the full story. Glycemic load takes into account the actual amount of carbs in a serving, giving you a clearer picture of how a food will impact your blood sugar. For example, watermelon has a high GI but a low glycemic load, because it's mostly water. Another layer that changes everything: food pairing. When you eat carbs alone, they digest quickly. But when you combine them with protein or healthy fats, the entire digestion process slows down, stabilizing blood sugar and keeping you full longer. For example, eating a slice of toast with avocado or eggs has a completely different effect than eating just the toast alone. Now let's talk timing. When you eat carbs really matters. In the morning, complex carbs like oats, berries, and chia seeds can kickstart your brain and metabolism. After a workout, your body is primed to absorb glucose and refill glycogen stores, making it the best time to have faster absorbing carbs, like a banana or rice. But at night, loading up on refined carbs might lead to poor sleep and even fat storage. Your insulin sensitivity is naturally lower in the evening, so your body just doesn't handle blood sugar as efficiently. Carbohydrates also influence your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system. Whole food carbs, especially those rich in soluble and insoluble fiber, act as prebiotics, feeding the beneficial bacteria that keep your gut healthy. A balanced microbiome improves digestion, immunity, mental health, and even hormone production. On the other hand, ultra-processed carbs can inflame your gut, disrupt bacterial balance, and increase the risk of conditions like leaky gut or irritable bowel syndrome. So, what does this all mean in practice? Start with small, smart swaps. Replace white rice with quinoa or farro. Ditch sugary cereals for overnight oats with chia and berries. Choose fruits over fruit juice. Add more beans, lentils, and green vegetables to your meals. And most importantly, listen to your body. How you feel after eating a meal is the best indicator of whether you made the right carb choice. Energized? Satisfied? Focused? Great. Bloated? Tired? Craving sugar an hour later? Time to tweak. Now you know that carbs aren't the enemy, they're a powerful tool. You just need to use them wisely. Understand their types, time them correctly, pair them intentionally, and you'll unlock a whole new level of energy, focus, and performance. If this video helped you understand carbohydrates in a new light, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. Here, we break down nutrition in a real, practical, and powerful way so you can take control of your health and live with more clarity, energy, and confidence. See you in the next video.